back here with another video. So we are doing the month of April 2022. So this video here today, it is brought to you by Regenesis Markets. So Regenesis Markets is an authorized FSP and a financial markets broker. It is authorized to conduct business here in South Africa. Yes, so Regenesis Markets offers forex, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and as well as shares that are listed in the United States. So if we move forward, guys, this month people have been asking that when are we doing the sessions again. So on the 23rd of April, we're going to be in Durban again at 19 Park Lane in Umhlanga in Durban. So it's where Genesis offices are in Durban. So if you want to book your seat or your session for the Durban office, we're going to be doing like some advanced technical analysis there in Durban. So you can email Nobuhle there or call this number, or so that you can get access to this session in Durban. And then again on the 30th, we are back again in Newcastle. It's the same venue that we are in. It's Sagaboli. So on the 30th, so it's still the same time, 10 a.m. in the morning till 1 p.m. So we are doing again the My Teacher My Wealth session, introduction to investing, course. There was a lot of people that didn't attend the previous session, so they were always asking me that when are we doing the session again. So you can RSVP there on my number. There is always one number. You can even send a WhatsApp there. I will definitely respond. So if we move forward now, so our disclaimer here reads that trading futures or currencies requires a large potential reward, but also a large potential risk. The higher degree of leverage can work against you, as well it can work for you. So you must be aware of this risk of investing in forex or futures. So please do not trade borrowed money or money you cannot afford to lose. So any profits made or losses that are made directly or indirectly from the information provided from this video, Stocks for Hope and Regenesis Markets will not be liable for any losses and profits that are made from the information that we are going to provide on this video. So although these videos are mainly for educational purposes only. So if we move forward now, so on our menu today we have Bitcoin, we have the dollar index, and the US10 year yield, and then we got the S&P 500, the Nasdaq 100, and the German 30, and then on the US side, the stock side, we have ACTIVISION, BLIZARD, Ares Capital, Transocean, and then on the currencies we have Euro dollar, GBPUSD, USDCHF, and then commodities there we're going to check out gold, WTI, and then on the South African side we're going to look at MOTUS, PPE, and as well as transaction capital. So we're just going to jump straight into the charts. So if we look at the charts of Bitcoin, then we've been talking about this one for about 9 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, that this structure still favors the downside. So the current weekly candle here on the Bitcoin, it is a decider candle. So if it closes like this, we might see prices reaching the high of 53, and then maybe the completion of the head and shoulder pattern that is here, and then price might actually get rejected at this level, and then Bitcoin will start moving lower. So I am still pretty much bearish on Bitcoin, unless it starts trading above this level. It is right here. So the 17,200 level that we have been speaking about for weeks, it's still there on the cards. So the next one that we need to look at is the dollar index. DXY. So in terms of the dollar index, we've been seeing a lot of volatility on the currency markets, but the US dollar has been resilient in many forms. So the bullish structure, it is still intact. As you can see here on the weekly charts, it is still pushing higher. Last week it did touch a low of the 97.50 level, but the dollar found enough strength to actually push higher from those lows. This was the low of the week, but it started to push higher. So a break of this trend line here, it will actually push the dollar to up to this the $101 dollar level. So the US dollar, it is still pretty much bullish at this point. So if we're looking at the US10 year, yeah, so the US10 year, what actually happened, we did see the Fed announcing interest rates now. So after they announce their interest rates, it is actually telling us that rates are actually going higher now, and it is going in line with what the Fed had said on their meeting. So at US10 year, it is going to go to the 3% level. So it is going to push higher, as we have been speaking about it, that the last time we updated this one, we were saying that it would come back to this level as a pullback, and then it did exactly that, and then now it is pushing higher. It did touch the high of the 2.5% there, and then now it is going to try to push to the 3% level. So interest rates are up, so we are going to see a lot of volatility there in the market. So if we look at the indices now, the indices, the last time we updated the S&P 500, we said that there was this head and shoulder pattern there this year, and it is still there. As we are seeing that the previous week, the market, it came to this level now, and when it came to this level, it actually didn't it tried to close above this level, but what actually happened, it got rejected now, and then it's trading lower. So what I'm actually seeing here is that the S&P might actually respect the head and shoulder pattern and then start moving lower. So why am I saying this? Because we really do not know what's going to be the next move with regards commodity prices, and with regards with the war that is currently in place there in Europe. So this chart is actually telling us that there's still a lot that is going to unfold over time. So this level was pretty much critical, and it got rejected. So we might actually see stocks moving lower in the month of April. So just to confirm what I just said now, so stocks globally, we know that they are dependent on the technology stocks now. So if the Nasdaq itself has a similar pattern as the S&P 500, it is telling us that there is something that is brewing, there is something that is coming, because we are actually seeing the same pattern here on the Nasdaq, that stocks are actually, the technology stocks rather, are actually having this huge head and shoulder pattern that is right here. So if this pattern gets respected by the technology companies, we might actually see stocks actually moving lower. So this is a bit extreme what I'm talking about, but if we are being positive, maybe we might see technology companies moving to this level, the 13,800 level, to retest this level, and then maybe they could try to rebound moving higher, because I've just said that we do not know what's going to be next when it comes to commodity prices, what's going to happen when it comes to the war in Europe, because we do not know what Russia is actually thinking at this point. So the next one that we need to look at, let us check out some US stocks there. I selected some few stocks there in the US. So ACTIVISION, BLIZARD. So this one is one of those companies that was bought by Microsoft. I have a reason why I selected this one. So it was bought by Microsoft about in the beginning of the year, rather. Yes, it was January 10. So it started moving higher because it's one of those companies that are pretty much active in the metaverse now. So since we are looking at the future price move of the stock and what the company might actually produce in the future, so I am seeing that ACTIVISION Blizzard will be one of those companies that are going to make it very, very big in the metaverse. So check out this company. It does gaming, it does artificial intelligence, it does like a lot of technological things that are needed there on the metaverse. So check it out, ACTIVISION Blizzard. So the next one is Ares Capital. Okay, Ares Capital. So this one is a financial company. Yeah? So it's one of those small asset managers there in the US, but it is pretty much active, because you can see that we started speaking about this company, I think it was 2021 in January, and it has been moving like really, really smoothly upside. So now we are seeing that there's this double bottom that is right here. I want to move this whole thing. So there was a double bottom that is right here technically. So we might actually see Ares Capital Corporation moving higher, pushing through the $22 level, because it tested this level. You might actually see it pushing to the $22 level, reaching the $25 level. So this one is a financial stock, let me say fintech stock, like People Group here in South Africa. So if we continue with the last US stocks that we need to look at, it's Transocean. Why Transocean? Because there is a lot of volatility in the commodity side. So when there's volatility in the commodity side, Transocean is one of those large oil rigging, let me say oil drilling companies there in the US. So they drill oil mostly there in the Gulf of Mexico and some parts of Europe as well. So since commodities are on demand, on high alert these days, so this stock has rebounded swiftly. So you can see that it is trading at $4 at the moment, and it can push to the $8 level, to the $10 level, as high as $12.93. So Transocean there, you should check it out as well. So if we're looking at the currencies now, let's look at euro dollar. Okay, before we look at euro dollar, I forgot to check out the German index name, DE30, because that one, it is correlated with euro dollar. So what I'm going to say there in euro dollar, it correlates with what's happening on the German index name. So much of what is happening there in Europe with the war, with the oil prices, Vladimir Putin and all those things, it's actually priced in this index now. Why am I saying this? When the war started, this index dropped now, but now we've seen a rebound in the past couple of weeks. But what actually happened last week, it rejected this level right here now. So this rejection is actually signaling that there is something else that is brewing there. So the index might actually fall again in the next coming weeks, maybe coming back to retest this 13,000 level, even lower to the 11,270 level. Why this index? Because Germany is one of those big economies in Europe, so it is pretty much dependent on what is actually happening there in the Ukraine. They take much of their commodities, gas, and oil there in Russia. So whatever that is happening there in Ukraine, they pretty much get affected. So this is also going to play parts in Euro USD now, because we've seen a spike there on euro dollar the past couple of weeks. But what actually happened there on the spike the previous week, it got rejected here on the 1.1117 level there. So this is a weekly chart. If we move lower to the daily chart, it is telling us that euro dollar might actually continue this downward move that it has been doing. So you can see that euro dollar has been trending lower. So now it got rejected at this level that is right here. So it might actually continue the downtrend as low to the 1.65 level. So it is just in line with what might actually happen to the German DAX index. But however, the story of euro dollar might go down, but GBP USD on the other hand might actually benefit from euro dollar going down and the DAX going lower. Why? Because if euro GBP, the other currency pair, euro GBP, if the euro goes down, also euro GBP will go lower there. So this will strengthen the GBP side of things there. So GBP USD, there is this structure that we are seeing here on the daily charts, that it is still holding on this level right here now. So if we move to the 4-hour chart, we are actually seeing that this level, it is still pretty much relevant. The level here, it is still pretty much relevant. If we look at it like this, the level is still pretty much relevant. You might actually see GBP USD actually rising in oppose what USD might do, unless if GBP USD starts trading below the 1.30450 level. Maybe that will tell us that the correlation that GBP USD and Euro USD is positive. They will both actually go down. But I'm thinking that with the euro falling, it might actually benefit the GBP based on euro GBP cross pair. Okay, let us look at USD. So USD, if we take it from the top, On our previous video, we did signal that the ZAR will actually come to this level, the 1340 level, 1350, 1340 level, and it actually did that. So it is actually the first time it's coming back to this level after leaving here. So it bounced off on October 18th, 2021. It pulled away, and now it's doing the first time back on this level. So you might actually see a bounce from this USD bouncing from this level, actually starting to move higher. 1530 is the first target, 16 rand level, and then 1680 is on the cards, and then as the 1750 level that we have been talking about for about 4 months now. So if I could zoom this thing like this, you can actually see what is it that I'm talking about now. So USD is actually bouncing from the 1450 level. So if it bounces from the 1450, the next target is 1530. After 1530, we're going to 16 rand level. After 16 rand is 1680, and then the 1750 level there. So that's pretty much on the currency side there. So let us look at some commodities there. So if we look at gold there, we're still going to see a lot of volatility in the commodities side now, because we said earlier on that if stocks are going to fall, we might see some spike on commodities. So gold is still looking pretty much bullish, because now it is retesting the level where it actually took off from. So now we might actually see a strong move from gold to 2,100 an ounce, even as high as 2,300 an ounce there on gold. So if we look at oil, WTI as well is also doing a pullback. If we are looking closely, that's the price of oil might actually come back lower to 81 rand, 83 rand, $83 level, sorry, and then after that the price will actually resume and go higher to 115, where it previously did go, and then as high as 130, and the $150 level is still on the cards. So we have looked at stocks, we look at commodities, we looked at currencies. So now let us look at the JSE side of things. So motors. So the story of motors, we have signaled that motors, it is still looking pretty much attractive now. So, but now it is still trading inside this range that is right here. So if it breaks outside this range, the 135 level is still looking attractive. The next level is 1570, and then the last level is 181.47 level there on motors. So the next one is PPE. So a lot of people have been speaking about people group, so I thought I might actually touch on it myself as well. So people group now, we saw a nice pullback to this level. So in addition to our previous analysis, we said that PPE will come back and retest this level, the 2 rand level, and then it will start going higher. So now it is trading at 3 rand 13 cents, and we're actually going to see 4 rand 50, even as high as 5 rand 84. So if you do have money, still stack up and load up on PPE. And as well as this one here again, transaction capital, the biggest owner of taxis. So they finance taxis. So most of the taxis that you see on the road, they are financed by this company, Transaction Capital. So they are also they also own We Buy Cars. So We Buy Cars, the dealership We Buy Cars, they also own, and the Transaction Capital is the owner there. So we are seeing it actually break out of this bullish flag now, and then we are seeing that the Transaction Capital is trying to push higher to the 56 rand level, even as high as 68 bucks. We can even see 80 bucks maybe in 2 years time, even in 1 year time. We don't know, as long as maybe people are buying cars, and if this company is still being innovative and trying to do other things and get into other businesses as well. So that's pretty much it for today, né? So just remember that trading forex and futures involves a significant level of risk now. So people should not trade money they cannot afford to lose. Stocks for hope in the Genesis markets will not be liable for any profits made or losses made indirectly or directly from this video, because we are pushing this video for educational purposes, not financial or trading advice. So you can get in touch with us. Me personally, you can email me, and then on socials, on all socials, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, it's Stocks for Hope. And then my personal handle on Twitter is Sbo_Dlamini, and then on TradingView there is Sbo_Dlamini. So guys, I will definitely check you out on the next video. So it's goodbye for now.